Hello Earthlings and Others, bats and bitches. I am here to show you how to create this really pretty, quick and easy glowing makeup look. It still looks really natural and really fresh while also covering breakouts and acne that I have. So if you want to see how to do this, just keep watching and I'll show you what you have to do. So I've already started off by cleansing my skin. I use the Sonia Roselli Japanese cleansing oil. And now I'm going to go in with the Sonia Roselli Beauty Water Elixir, followed by the water oil. If you look around my chin and my cheeks and a couple of random spots throughout my face, I broke out. Last week I exfoliated too much, which made my skin really pissed off at me, and I had some breakouts, including some cystic pimples around my chin. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to, cleanse and moisturize my skin so that way the makeup sits on really nicely. So I'm just going to rub all of that in, and then once I'm done massaging that in, I'm going to go in with the Korres lip butter. I'm going to apply that pretty thickly like a mask so that way it can sit in and absorb while I do the rest of the makeup. Next, I'm going in with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm going to apply this onto my lids, all the way up into my eyebrows and underneath my eyes. I like to do this with shadow primer just because I find that it can help just to keep my eyebrow products on, as well as my concealer too. Now for foundation, I'm going to mix the water oil with the Becca, oh my gosh, what's it called? Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone, and my Face Atelier foundation. I'm going to mix the three of those together because I want a really sheer and really glowy foundation to cover the rest of my face in. So I'm going to buff this all over my face. I'm not going to worry about the acne right now. I just kind of want to have an even skin tone everywhere else. I'm not worried about covering the spots. I'm going to go very, very lightly, if even at all, over the tops of my cheekbones and on the top of my nose where my freckles are. I like those to show through, so I go super, super minimal with any product over them. A lot of times I'll even just skip it. And I'm going to go a little bit as well over my eyelids and just underneath my eyes. So once I've done that, I'm going to go over with a second layer over a foundation over the acne just to see if that'll be enough to cover it. I found that it wasn't, so now is when I'm going to go in with the concealer. So for the concealer, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover Wand. I'm going to use those in the colors Warm 1 or W1 and N5. I'm going to mix just a little bit of that with the foundation that I was using. Just to kind of create like a perfect match for my skin tone. And then I'm going to use that to go over any of the spots that I had that didn't get covered by the foundation. So those couple of suckers right by my chin, around the veins and the redness under my nostrils, and just a couple of other random little places where I have some spotting. I'm going to let that kind of just chill out for just a couple of seconds while I apply concealer elsewhere. I find that if I let it get a little tacky, sometimes the coverage stays a little bit better. And then I'm going to go in and just kind of tap it in with my foundation brush to blend it. Once I'm satisfied with the coverage I have on the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with that concealer, more of the W1 than either of the colors, and I'm going to apply that first underneath my eyes, focusing it mainly under the tear duct where I have more of the darkness. And then I'm going to use whatever's left over and go down the center of my face. So just above the center of my eyebrows, the top point of the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and a little bit in the center of my chin. And I'm going to use my fingers to blend this concealer in. It's a very thick concealer, and I find that the warmth really helps to sink it into the skin best. So I like to do this in layers. I like to do everything in layers, but especially under the eye because they become really cakey really fast. So I'm going to, again, when I apply more, focus it. I'm going to focus it just under the tear duct, and then I'm going to blend out any excess around the rest of my under eye area. And I'm going to use my finger to blend it in throughout the rest of my skin as well. I'm going to go in with the Ben Nye Cream Blush Wheel, and I'm going to use like that hot pink color on the top left. I'm going to mix that with the same water oil and that same illuminating highlighter until I get like a really thin, sheer, glowing consistency. I'm going to apply that as a base on my cheeks first. That's me dropping my spatula. And once I kind of have that down, I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the color. I realized that I didn't put enough down and I wanted it to be brighter. So once I have all three of those on my face, I'm going to mix it. I'm going to mix it and blend it in. I'm using another foundation brush. This is like a dense round top foundation brush. And I'm just going to buff it in, work it into the skin. I'm not doing it totally on the apples of my cheeks, just with my face shape and my skin tone. It can make me look a little bit flushed. So I'm kind of doing like the front half of the apples going up to the back, and also really aggressively on my nose apparently. And then I'm going to go in with more of that Shimmering Skin Perfector. I'm going to apply that straight. And I'm going to put that on the tops of my cheekbones, bringing it down into the apples of my cheeks, right underneath my eyebrow, right above my eyebrow, because I feel like that looks really pretty when you turn and it catches the light. I think it's a nice effect. So I'm going to apply it there, above my cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, in the center of the forehead. And I don't like doing like that Rudolph, like tip of the nose highlight. I think it looks much more flattering if you actually put it on the bridge of the nose and like the center of your eyebrows. So that's where I'm putting my highlighter. But then I'm just gonna, blend it in with my fingers until it looks seamless. And now I'm gonna apply this underneath my eyes very, very lightly, around the nasal labial folds, my chin, and right in the center of my forehead. Oh, little guy's laughing at his sister right now. Okay, I'm gonna. So I'd had to stop recording because my baby started crying, and I had to go tend to him. And then when I did that, I, finished the last couple of minutes of the video, was taking pictures, feeling pretty, feeling myself. The battery died, and that footage didn't save. But literally all you missed was me applying some mascara and going in with my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. All I did for my brows, I just did the pointy side. I did some hair-like strokes in the front of my brow, filled in the base a little bit, and brushed it into place. And then I used Covergirl mascara and a little bit of Lime Life lip gloss in Wish. And that was it. That was all you missed. Otherwise, that was literally it. All you would have to do after that is just set it, and that's it. That's the makeup done. It's super easy, super pretty. I can do a look like this in 10 minutes, especially once you practice it and you get it down. So Alice would like to tell you what she thinks of the makeup. Go on, now talk. What do you think?
Mommy the pretty.
Mommy's pretty?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got hair on my feet.
You got hair in your face?
And my nose.
You're gonna hold it? Okay.
Feet there with the mana. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you gonna talk?
Yeah.
See you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.